What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. Today, it is time that we discuss the potential U.S. debt crisis. Yep, in the year of 2023, the United States may have an actual debt crisis. I know, there's been a lot of talk about it in the news, and it's time we discuss what that means, what's really happening, and all that good stuff, because there's been a lot of misconceptions here and there about the debt crisis and how we can solve it. I mean, I'm not one of those people that say we need to gut Social Security or anything like that, but we still need a budget reform to potentially prevent this, what could very well be one of the biggest crisis America's seen in a few decades, from happening. Now, before we continue today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. It's a great Twitter account. I recommend you go follow it. Of course, go follow the Rumble page for exclusive content. And of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you could join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. If you love the daily content, well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Excuse me, folks. So, this is one of the more serious things we're discussing about the economy. No, I'm not discussing, that I want this to happen because Biden. I don't want any of this to happen. There's some people on the right that want this to happen. Millions would suffer if we had this debt crisis really happen. A fight between Republicans and Democrats over the debt limit ceiling could send the U.S. economy into a recession, even if the standoff doesn't actually trigger a debt default, analysis say. And a much worse downturn with perhaps 7.5 million people thrown out of work if it does. 7.5 million people lose their jobs because of this. We have a lot of bad things upcoming. The interest rates keep going up. Inflation, while technically it's somewhat stabilizing, it's still absurdly high. Like when people say, oh, the inflation went down. No, it didn't go down. It's just the rate that's increased and slowed down slightly. And now you may have a debt crisis. There's a lot of bad things happening at once when they say, oh, we got to increase the interest rates to reduce inflation. Not really working. Everybody's getting hammered. They're pushing this crap policy of, people that pay their bills have to pay an extra bill here to pay for those that don't. That's not even a joke. The Biden administration's pushing this. And on top of this, we may have a debt crisis. Already, some corners of the vast market for U.S. debt are feeling a sharp pinch after the Treasury Secretary on Monday said that by early June, the government may run short of the money to stay current on its bills, whether they are payments owed to foreign or domestic investors in treasuries, federal employees and contractors, or Social Security pensioners. Total government spending, on average, is about $525 billion a month. Think about that. This isn't quarterly. This is monthly. I don't care what you say, what aisle you're on. That's absurd. That is, you can tax all you want. You should not have $500 billion a month. You would be expecting that quarterly, not a month. What is that? 525 billion times 12. I mean, they just... You know how hard that is to fathom? I mean, that is just wow. That is a total of $6.3 trillion a year. And this is what I'm saying the Republicans are right on. We are spending way too much. And not enough on Americans. If this was spending on actual people, that's one thing. But a large chunk of it is spending on nonsense. Spending on foreign aid to countries that hate us. And in general, foreign aid's dumb, and we're wasting billions on unnecessary projects that don't help anybody. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, and It's just bad policy. No society, no country, whatever, has survived with this much spending. Hitting the debt ceiling could mean the government could no longer run the budget shortfall, delivering an immediate blow to millions of Americans who rely on government money directly or indirectly. That is true. That is a really true point that, you know, you could say what you want about Medicaid, whatever. There needs to be reform. I agree with that. But a lot of people, they do need it. And Republicans, you know, they're acting kind of dumb on this. You know, some of them are. I think generally speaking, most of them have gotten their heads screwed in about, you know, you can't cut Social Security. You got reforming it differently, gunning it stupidly. But there's some Republicans that think we got to cut Medicaid or Medicare. That's not going to win you anything. That's going to hurt people. Again, reform is different than just flat out gutting it. And while analysis have floated a few workarounds to keep money flowing, including invoking a constitutional provision that would likely face challenges in court, all are untested. So there needs to be a lot of change within the next couple of weeks. And we already have some signs this may get worse. Scoop Ratings place U.S. credit ratings under review for possible downgrade. Yeah, we may have a downgrade in our credit rating because the debt's starting to get that bad. I mean, you don't have $31 trillion of debt. I mean, the only reason that this hasn't haunted us yet is we're the world's reserve currency. When that goes away, this $31 trillion is going to bite us badly. So this is why we got to focus on this now. And again, it's a combination of you got to find a way to simplify the tax code so you can reduce taxes, but also increase tax revenues by getting rid of a lot of these loopholes. At the same time, you got to cut spending. I don't get why people think that's, you can't cut spending. Why? There's a lot in the government that's waste. And that includes military spending. I want a strong military. And Trump did that. But you look into it, there's tens of billions of dollars that just disappear in the military budget. And that's very similar to a lot of things. The Department of Education is a scam. There's a lot of things the U.S. government could and should cut in its spending. That doesn't, mean Social Security. Again, reform is different. That means, okay, we need to make sure, people that are rich people, they should not be getting Social Security. That kind of thing. Not, we're going to jack up the retirement age by 12 years. Kennedy, that was stupid. I like John Kennedy of Louisiana, not JFK, but the Kennedy from Louisiana. I like him, but that was stupid. And there's some Republicans that still are pushing that sentiment. Nobody supports that. Now, if it was a 1-year increase over 12 years, that's different. But when you're talking about a 10-year gap over 20, that is idiotic. And it could hurt Republicans. But this should be an easy bipartisan thing. Just cut spending and slightly increase tax revenues. That solves so much without going absurd. Just cut spending by what? We have a deficit of $220 billion a month, or on average first quarter. Okay, just say cut spending by, let's say, $100 billion a month, and increase revenue by around, let's say, 50, 100 billion. We'll just say 100 billion each. That could eliminate the deficit if it's quarterly. I think this means quarterly or monthly, whatever. Just, that's it. And quite frankly, it's probably very possible to do that. To have slight tax increase, not mean, I should say reform to the tax code. That's not increasing rates. It's just simplifying it so people that, they should get all these tax loopholes, they don't. That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, there's got to be significant fat cut out. And there is a lot of fat in the government spending. This isn't, 30 years ago where it was virtually, there was some wasteful spending, but nothing like it is now. It's very simple to balance the budget. It helps us long term. I mean, this idea that a balanced budget is a bad thing, it's stupid. It's a good thing for long-term economic growth. You want to have a balanced budget, and you don't want to have this absurd deficit that we currently have. But knowing how everything's going to go, nothing's going to change. It's going to be the same old, oh, we're just going to kick the can down the road. Never works, never has. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.